Hello, I'm David Bosek, and this is part 2 video issues section E of my Moon Hoax series. My Moon Hoax series is a continuing series on my political news magazine channels on YouTube and Rumble. Once again, please note that I am David Bosek and I do not use AI in the creation of any of these videos. Nor am I a big supporter of AI being used in this type of news or really much of anything else in society. Please make a note of that. In this video, most of the information that I debate with and cite comes from the Lagarde book in this particular video. I cite information out of there and I debate with some of it from time to time. I do have some of my own theories within the broader moon hoax theories, which I'm going to talk about now in this video. There's something that I call the flag problem, or the idea of when the astronauts planted the flag supposedly on the moon in 1969, that the flag was moving and blowing around, which would be impossible in a vacuum like the moon. It is a big yellow flag. It also proves this was all a hoax and faked, and I'm going to tell you why. NASA claims the crossbar at the top caused it. They also claim that the astronauts, Aldrin and Armstrong, were shaking it and that's why it was blowing around and moving, which in my opinion is not a good argument. These are big yellow flags. How can it shake without air, which is on page 22 of her book? NASA also claims the exhaust knocked it over during the return of Apollo 11, which is another big problem. NASA also claims that on the moon, you have all the flags from every Apollo program, and basically they turned white because of the sun's UV radiation. In my opinion, there is nothing up there, and this statement goes contra to my previous statement about what NASA was claiming about this flag. Some hoax researchers think many flags were used because of the changes in shadows, textures in the flag. In my view, and in pretty much all the views of all the researchers, isn't even there in some of the photos, or you can barely see it, meaning it was moved around or it's not there, proving a hoax. For 1969 cameras, a lot of this, or pretty much all of it, is not possible in my opinion. Lagarde thinks so, and I agree with her, and this is somebody that agrees largely with the moon landings. As I stated in previous videos, it doesn't add up with the cameras or the photos. Lagarde and others think a lot of this with the flag is basically a fake in general. In 2006, NASA admitted they lost the master tapes for the moon landing. One of the biggest red flags in the whole hoax, in my opinion. Small meteorites keep hitting the moon, changing it. NASA claims there's proof of humans on the moon, but there's actually no real proof we were ever there, in my opinion. Those tracks could have many causes. One is solar radiation, or obviously meteorites. Communication delay can be faked, as I also talked about previously. The master recordings disappeared from the Goddard Space Center in Maryland in 2006. Fishy. The master would have obviously revealed all the anomalies in the photos and the videos, thus proving, with concrete evidence, this was all a hoax. NASA claims at the time in the 80s that they recorded over the tape to save money and due to a shortage of electromagnetic tape at the time. In the 1980s, I doubt it. If you believe that one, I've got some swampland to sell you in the state of Louisiana. It's simply not reality. Make a mental note of this, folks. These all add up. Don't believe this. There's also odd behavior of all the Apollo crews subsequent to Apollo 11. And some of the behavior and fakery, in my view, actually gets worse. That's on page 104 of her book. They're silent with scripted responses. This is all in every crew after Apollo 11. There's a strange silence. There's no real moon descriptions. Like Alan Bean, the late Alan Bean, they largely don't know what they're talking about when it comes to outer space. She studied the press conferences. They had long pauses with not much to be said. One of my views that I think heavily proves the hoax is, how can they film in the LM before they've even landed on the moon? They're already filming the moon, but they're trying to land the spaceship, and they're already filming the moon? Makes no sense. Rock fakes and decoys. This is page 139. A rock given to Holland in 1969 was proved to be petrified wood 30 years later. Holland is now the Netherlands. Petrified wood, in my view, can be bought in any tourist trap all over the country. For vacationers, massive yellow flag. 2/3 of the moon rocks gifted globally by us, meaning America, have disappeared. Coincidence? I seriously doubt it. You're talking about evidence that doesn't add up in regards to fakery. The telescopes can't see the flag, which I've talked about in other videos. We can see Mars detail and stuff from Saturn and Pluto, you name it, fill in the blank, even from satellites, but you can't see the surface of the moon, or NASA can't see it? Unbelievable. It's got to be a hoax. NASA claims radiation ruined the flagpole. That's what they're claiming. Why did they use a nylon flag when people know UV rays wreck nylon very, very easily? It disintegrates and fades first before it disintegrates. Why would you even do that? Major things don't even add up here, folks, whatsoever. Circumstantial evidence proves a conspiracy. Always remember that. Just like in the movie JFK, what did Fletcher Prouty say? Circumstantial evidence proves a conspiracy. That's how you prove it, with a high echelon of power. Okay, once again, thank you for your time. Please make a note that my next video is going to be on other high-end fakery within the video series, proving this was all a hoax. Please also note that I'm David T. Bosek, and I do not use AI in the creation of any of these videos. If you want more information about me and my political career and my resume, you can Google my name or go into any search engines on the internet and get the information about me. When it comes to Goodreads.com, I have a blog and a detailed biography about me on there. I blog about broader domestic and global issues, and I also blog about movie reviews and occasionally about books. My biography is on there. I'm on X a lot more, especially on my personal feed on there, my news feed, and my news feed or my feed about women's issues. But I am on Goodreads from time to time, every few months, blogging about issues that may be very important to you, the U.S., and the world. I also talk about other things on there, but I do talk about major issues on all of these feeds, including Goodreads.com. Okay, here ends this video. Thanks a lot for your time. It's free to subscribe.